Good morning, students. So today we are going to start the fourth chapter of our NCERT book, that is quadratic equation for class 10th. Now, what is this quadratic equation? What is this quadratic equation? As in our chapter 2 polynomials, we studied about the different types of polynomial, that is linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomials, biquadratic polynomials. So this quadratic equation is nothing but it's actually a quadratic polynomial, and when that quadratic polynomial will be equal to 0, it becomes a quadratic equation. So as we know, the standard form of a quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c, where a not equal to 0. Now when this quadratic polynomial will be equal to 0, it becomes a quadratic equation, and this quadratic equation is very useful. This method of solving the quadratic equation we are using in our day-to-day life, daily life, to solve many types of problems. Now let us take some examples to understand that why these quadratic equations is very important. In the previous chapter, the pair of linear equation in two variables, we studied about the two equations to solve any two variables. Here the number of variable will be one only, because it's a quadratic equation. It is not mentioned, but actually quadratic equation in one variable. So the variable, we can see this x is variable. So we use this quadratic equation in our daily life to solve different problems. Now, what type of problems? So let us take an example. Suppose a charity organization wants to build a big hall for the peoples to stay. So they are having a 300-meter carpet area, and they want their hall to be in such a manner that the length of the hall should be more than twice the breadth of the hall. So there is a restriction in the length and breadth, and also there is a restriction in the carpet area. So how the architect or the designer is going to design this hall? So the given question is, length is 1 more than twice the breadth, and area is 300 meter square. So we are going to represent this situation as a quadratic equation. So how we are going to represent this situation as a quadratic equation? We say let the breadth of the hall x meter. So I am taking breadth as x meter. So what will be the length? The length will be 1 more than twice the breadth. So this will be 2x plus 1 meter. We also know that if the length and breadth is given, it's a rectangle. So area of rectangle, and this area is given. This is multiplication. This is x. So 300 is equal to 2x square plus x. We put this side, so 2x square plus x minus 300 is equal to 0. So we have to factorize this equation and if we solve, we get so I will take x common. This will be 2x plus 25. Here I am taking 12 common, so it is 2x plus 25. So this will be x minus 12 and 2x plus 25. So my x will be 12. So what will be my breadth? Breadth will come 12 meter. If breadth is 12, the length will be equal to 25 meter. 12 to the 24 plus 1 25, and if we multiply 25 into 12, we will get 300. So in this manner we will form quadratic equations and then we will solve using different methods. The one method we already studied we are studying since class 8, that is called the middle term splitting. But when the problem is not possible to solve using middle term splitting, then we are going to use one more method, which is also called the quadratic formula or Sridharacharya method. So let us take some more example how to form equation and how to solve the equation. So let us take one more example, and the example is nothing but John and Jivanti have 45 marbles. Together they are having 45 marbles, and both of them, so John and Jivanti have 45 marbles. Both of them lost 5 marbles. So both lost 5 marbles, and then product of their left marbles is equal to 124. We need to find the number of marbles each have. So I'm going to write the solution, and here is the question. So let John is having X marbles. So if John is having X marbles and the total number of marbles is 45, then Jivanti is having 45 minus X marbles. Now the question says both lost 5 marbles. So left marbles of John X minus 5, and left marbles of Jivanti 45 minus X minus 5 is actually nothing, 40 minus X. Now according to question, now the product of their marbles is 124. So according to question, this X minus 5 and 40 minus X is nothing but equal to 124. So this is how we form the equation. Let us solve more. 40x, x square, 200, 5x, 124. So I am taking whole the term that side. This will be 0, x square will become positive. This 40x plus 45x will become negative. This 200 minus will go that side, will become plus 324. Now we need to break this 324 in such a manner that the sum will be 45. Sum will be 45. So how we are going to factorize this 324? It's nothing but 18 square, but we are not going to write this as a 18 square. x minus x square minus 200 plus 5x, yes, and this goes that side, x square 40 plus 45 minus, and this 200 plus 124, 324. So we need to break this 324 in such a manner so that it will give me 45. So that it will give me 45. There are methods. So in this way we form, first we form equation and then we solve using middle term splitting. Let us take one more example. And the example says that in a cottage industry produces certain number of toys in a day, and the cost of production each day in rupees is 55 minus the number of production on that day. It's a little bit tricky question, difficult question. The wordings are only difficult but not the question. So let us solve that question. Question says a cottage industry produces a certain number of toys in a day. The cost of production means total cost of each day in rupees is was found to be 55 minus the number of toys produced in a day. Now on a particular day, the cost of production was rupees 750. Find the number of toys produced on that day. So a cottage industry produces a certain number of toys in a day. The cost of production of each day in rupees was found to be 55 minus the number of toys produced in a day. On a particular day, the cost of production was rupees 750. So we need to find the number of toys produced. Now, how we are going to solve this question? There is some small change. This cost of production of each toy, not day. So let So how we are going to solve this? So first we are going to write a formula. Total cost of production is equal to cost of each toy into number of toys. So let number of toys produced in a day is equal to X. So cost of each toy 55 minus X. Now according to question, on a particular day it was 750. So 750 is equal to X into 55 minus X. So 750 is equal to 55x minus x square. We are keeping everything this side. So this is how we form the equation, and after that we will solve this. This will be 25 into 30, and this will give me the solution for the number of toys as well as the cost of each toys. So I hope today's lecture will help you to understand the concept and will also help you to solve many problems of quadratic equation. Thank you for today.